Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Crypto, Coffee and LoFi. For this episode, obviously we're going to touch on Bitcoin, Ethereum and some altcoins, but I want to have a big focus on looking at SPX. So we're looking at stocks and I want to look at the dollar as well and my predictions for those two. Obviously, because they do have a massive impact in how the crypto market moves, regardless if you want to believe that or not. It's as simple as just going and looking at the dollar and correlating that with Bitcoin. So let's start off with BTC anyway. As I was explaining in the previous episode, we did have a lower time frame bullish broken base right here, but I didn't think it was going to hold. If you go back and look at my tweets from a few days ago, a lot of people were calling for this to be a bull flag, but as I explained, I thought we were just heading into previous distribution where I was expecting a sell-off, so a move up above this bull flag, and then a rapid move below. We've reached down into the bullish target that I've been speaking about for a few weeks now. So if we are going to form a temporary bottom, then I'd expect this low here to hold. I don't think that we're going to come back down and sweep it. So I think if we do get some lower time frame confirmations that we may be able to enter some long positions, as long as we don't come back up, retest this level and then redistribute, we should be good to just continue up from here. But I would like to see some lower time frame confirmation. So if we jump onto the hourly, something like let me remove this really quick. I would like to see something like this, maybe just a sweep followed by a break in structure. If we can get that, then we should be good to move up, and like I said, as long as we're not then redistributing here. Now that's kind of in line with what I'm seeing on the dollar. We are a little shy from the target here, so just using the same pattern. Okay, so we have a sweep of a high, breaking below the low that was responsible for taking that high right there. And since the big breakdown here, we haven't really come back and tested that properly. So I'm thinking there's a chance we could have one more decent sized leg up into this level. If we jump onto the H4 now. We did sweep out this level right here and then break below. So we swept out this level, broke below this low, and now we are just mitigating the orders that swept this level now. So if we do see some lower time frame distribution, so something like this, maybe a temporary break above followed by a break below right here, then that'll be quite bullish for Bitcoin. And if you do see something like that, while also seeing some accumulation on both Bitcoin and Ethereum, then you should be good to enter some swing long positions. However, if we break up, so if we break up here and then reaccumulate on the retest rather than breaking below, so something like this, then I would expect the crypto market to take another big hit, and I would expect us to take out this high. And then the question is, right, if we start to invalidate the only bearish or proper bearish distribution that we have in this range, then what's stopping us from heading closer to 95? Not much. So just keeping that in mind. And then once we hit 95, yes, we could retrace, but then there's not much resistance all the way up into 100. So really hoping that we do see a sell-off here. We do have all of these equal lows, so a sell-off here would make sense. But if we start to invalidate this high and continue to accumulate, then let's be on the lookout for that. So as I explained it a few episodes ago, for pretty much the whole year, you were able to use the easy in, easy out strategy to get long on stocks. So the S&P mainly, right? So we have a sweep of a level, breaking above a high, retest, and forming the same pattern again, over and over and over. And we just saw this pattern be respected for the entire year, all up until yesterday. So we have a sweep of a low, breaking above a high. Now we've just invalidated this low for the first time since the start of the year. Now, does this mean the bull trend is over? No. As I explained in the previous episodes, just because we invalidate a bullish level doesn't mean that the entire bull trend is over. So if the bull trend was going to be over, however, what would that look like? So let's clean this up a little bit. Just because we have one invalidation, it doesn't mean the entire bull trend is invalidated. What we now need to see is distribution. So something like this. If we don't get something like that on the lower time frames, we get some accumulation, something like this, then we can expect this high to get taken out. Now once we take out that high, let me fix this up. Once we take out that high, now we have a new sweep and a new bullish level. So we would then need to see a retest of this range here, followed by some reaccumulation. But just using the dollar for reference here, really do not want to see the dollar maintain its strength. If we do get some distribution, then just being wary that this could get ugly quite quickly. Obviously, we don't want to see a full stock market crash, but if we do get redistribution here, then I wouldn't be surprised if we drop off closer towards 4,000. Alright, I went over Wi-Fi a few episodes ago. I'll just go over this again. So we have a sweep of a level, breaking above the high, but then if we jump onto the H4, there's a lower time frame bullish level that we've just tested after taking out these two equalish lows. Now really what I'm looking for is some kind of confirmation. Something like this. A break above followed by some accumulation, or one more quick drop below, then the break above followed by accumulation. I think if we are going to see a big move up on Wi-Fi, this level, or this range here needs to hold, so really not looking for any drop below this level. I'm still short on AVAX. I entered half risk on the close below this level. I'll enter the other half once I see some redistribution, something like that. Then I'll look to get short in the other half of my position and then hold that all the way down to $20. If I don't see that, if we continue to accumulate, then of course I could just get stopped out. Half risk, still, it's a loss. It happens. All I can do is follow my system. We've moved up above equal highs, the previous all-time high, and we started to distribute. So to me, that's an early sign. We could start to sell off. If we are going to sell off, I wouldn't mind getting in early. So if you're new here, I am just using the same pattern to find accumulation, distribution, support, and resistance, and I'm using that same pattern as my entry trigger. If you're interested in the way that I'm analyzing the charts or the way that I'm trading here, click the link in the description below, pick up a copy of the strategy. Get access to a Discord with over 300 people, all analyzing the charts, all looking at the same strategy. So I think that concludes today's episode. Looking for some lower time frame confirmation here. We might be able to get a few long scalps in. We've retested the bullish level. Really not looking for any distribution here. We start to sell off and we start to see distribution, and DXY starts to see the same thing, then that isn't a good sign. So sorry, if we distribute on Bitcoin but DXY continues to accumulate, then that's not a good sign, but let's see what happens. No worries. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.